I mean, I didn't think that was enough to take them out of the duels based off what they did. Again, I didn't see the full performance, but I was upset seeing those judges' results. Hey everybody, what's going on? Welcome to DRS, the dance reaction show hosted by Luka
Jenalyn and sleeping baby Ella.
A sleeping baby Ella. But we're not going to be sleeping because we have so much we got to talk about with episode 3 of season 4 of NBC's World of Dance just airing a second ago. We're going to talk about, do we agree with the judges' decisions, what our reactions are, and what we think these acts can do moving forward. All that and more is coming up right now.
First up, we have Keegan Capps, all the way from Oklahoma, and oh my gosh, she's in the junior division, only 13 years old, and man is she flexible. I think that she is a human pretzel.
Honestly, at this point of the game, I mean, she's done a couple of moves that we have never seen before, and wow.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure she could sleep in her splits, which is pretty impressive. But wow, like I was completely speechless watching her performance. Like it was so contortionist dancer, but there was just so much control in her whole entire routine, because when you have that much flexibility, you would expect a person to just be flexible the whole routine and show that they can put their foot to their head and tilt it over that way and bend underneath and go wow. Like, but she controlled every movement that she had, out of her flips into her leg lines on the floor into her switching positions. Like, she was just incredible overall. The quality of movement was beyond impressive, and she was just amazing. So what do you think?
Well, listen, again, it's season 4 of NBC's World of Dance, which means you're going to have to bring a few moves that no one has ever seen before, and she definitely did do that. Big shout out to Keegan for being able to take that flexibility and turn it into an absolute control holding strength. Now, the only thing I have for Keegan is, okay, you showed your physical ability, you showed your talent, but what is this routine about? Why are we going to root for you, and what is going to be that internal factor in that storyline that you're going to bring that makes you different from every other soloist that has stepped onto this stage? I believe she could do it. I believe at 13 years old, she has all the ability to do it, but that's going to be the big question mark moving forward.
Wow, at 13, I was not putting my head to my mouth. Like,
I mean, she had an amazing moment where she tilted, and then kept going through her leg. Again, there's certain moments there that nobody can replicate, which is very important. But moving forward, what are you going to do that not only is physically unheard of, but also in terms of creativity, nothing that we have seen before?
Yeah, I really want to see her touch some hearts out there. So I don't know what else she can do as a human pretzel, but I'm very, very eager to see what else she will actually do.
I think let's judge this thing, and does she deserve to make it to the next round? Here we go. This is Baby Ella's time to wake up.
It's your time to shine, honey.
Ready? 3, 7, 2.
I'm holding Baby Ella's, but
3 S's?
It's a 3 S.
3 S's. I mean, again, listen, on the physical side of things, talent-wise, in terms of what she's able to do with her body, no doubt about it. She's way too good to make it, to be someone who bounced out in the qualifier. But every round's going to get more difficult, and how many different storylines can one person make?
We'll see.
Guess we'll see. On to the next. Up next, we have MDC 3. What they are, outside of a great, fantastic, catchy name, is they're a dance trio, and they're a dance trio that's in the junior division. Now, you have 2 ladies and 1 man coming together to dance a beautiful dance, and they delivered just that. Jenalyn, what was your thoughts of their audition on NBC's World of Dance?
I really liked this one. It had a lot of emotion distributed very evenly and effectively between all 3 people. Like, I feel like the guy had some great moments. Both the ladies had amazing moments as well. And particularly the guy had amazing dance moments. Like, I just saw some really great moments where he did his head thing to the floor, like his head turned to the floor, and he had that great turn section in the middle, and both the girls were dancing around him. I loved it. And they had that great moment again where we're all dancing in synchronicity together, all as one group, and I really enjoyed that. So they had some really amazing, memorable moments that made the routine what it was, and I really liked that. So what did you think?
Well, listen, I loved all the moments. I love the dance acumen that was brought on display, the tanglement, the reasoning behind it, the lines that they were hitting. Everyone had their own individual flair, but it all connected and meshed together. And that's the one big thing for me. If you're going in as a dance trio, we don't want you competing against each other. You guys are acting as one unit to tell this story, and they told a story. My favorite part was the ending when everything we saw for that minute 30 made sense. Every line, every shape, every trick, there was a reason behind it, and they delivered it with a storyline of a love triangle. I absolutely loved it, and I cannot wait to see what they're going to do in the next round. They've got great dance skills and a good trio right there.
So let's go to the judging.
So, Baby Ella, she's sleeping with the cute little glasses.
The lights are way too much for her.
Ella, I got it. 3, 1, 2, 3. Looks like that's 3 yeses. Undeniably. Again, my only question, I gotta talk really quietly. My only question is that moving forward, they already did the love triangle with 2 women and 1 man. What are going to be their narratives moving forward? What is going to be that powerful storyline that makes everything make sense? I'm not sure, but I'm here to find out exactly what that's going to be. You?
I don't know if he can just choose the other girl now. I don't know if that'll make sense.
We'll have to find out.
Yeah.
But
I'm excited to see what they have next. So
hats off to MDC3. Great performance.
MDC3.
Hats off. On to the next. Up next, we have Chippy Unity, and they are coming all the way from Japan.
What? We've been to Japan. Japan is amazing.
We love Japan.
Oh
we
my
were,
gosh.
We were in the capital of Tokyo, but we also went to the former capital.
Kyoto.
Capital.
Capital.
The former capital.
Capital.
And we loved every second of it. We love Japan. Big shout out to all of our fans and our viewers coming in from Japan. But we're going to talk about what these individuals did on that stage. Jenalyn, what was your take when this junior Q walked in?
Junior group.
On the NBC World of Dance stage.
Wow. Well, they had a lot of energy coming in. Like, they were really surprised to see Neyo, Derek, and J-Lo all there in the audition room. So that was pretty cool. I think that the routine was so strong in the beginning. Like, I thought it was super clean within that first, like, 20, 30 second mark. And then it sort of stayed at that level. Like, it went to a high, and then it just kind of plateaued. And I wish they killed it a little more at the end there and gave more energy. But I think overall it was a really clean routine. I loved their formations. I loved how in sync they were as well. You can tell that they've been practicing. You can tell that they have that hard work that they put into it. But there was a moment in particular that even Neyo mentioned where there was so much anticipation for this one trick where she climbed up 2 backs and then she just fell, and the music was like really hyping that part up, and it was supposed to be like a big drop, and it just fell flat because she just fell, and it could have been so much better. Like that was supposed to be the highlight of the routine, and I don't think that they killed that as well as I thought they were going to. Overall, it was a great routine. I loved it. What about you?
Listen, I thought that they are great dancers. Obviously, they hone in on their craft. They're all unified. Every movement, every picture was as one. Even just the simple heads in the beginning I thought were impactful because they were moving as one. However, again, when you do create a sort of anticipation, a crescendo, if you will, what has to happen is there needs to be a delivery. And what happened was the delivery came 3 blocks away from the house it was supposed to. She just sort of fell, and there was a moment that was missed, and that almost bit them in the bottom. But in the end, they did make it go through the next round because, again, they're great dancers, they're talented individuals, and they do have a good story and a good heart and mind. But again, if you're going to create a crescendo, there needs to be a big clash in the end.
Okay, let's get to the judging of
Let's do it. All right, here we go. 3,
Right yours. 3,
2, 1. Oh,
I
yes.
like
Okay, call back.
Yeah, I'm gonna say callback because, like, even though it was a really strong routine, I just feel like I think that they could have killed it like a lot harder.
I think that they did good enough to earn a callback for sure, but in order to make it to the duels, you gotta give me something memorable, and the most memorable part was how unified they were. But outside of that, I was just missing that last punch.
Yeah.
So
That
callback it is.
moment could have been really great. Like, I think that moment could have got them into the duels round for me.
Yes.
But it just fell flat, so.
It is what it is. But we are going on to the next.
Next up, we have Josh and Erica from Los Angeles, California, and they're a urban dance duo. And we personally know Josh and Erica, and we've seen them time and time again as individual dancers. I personally know Erica from Instagram because I've taken some of her classes online, and she's an incredible teacher, an incredible contemporary dancer, and I'm really glad to see that she partnered up with Josh, who is, I think, her boyfriend now. Yeah, so they're boyfriend and girlfriend, great couple, and I just was really happy to see this routine. I think they killed it. How about you?
Well, listen, I mean, you've seen Erica on Instagram, but if you're on TikTok, you have definitely seen Josh taking over the entire platform. An incredible person and a very, very great influencer, and TikTok is happy to have him. But in terms of what they did on the NBC World of Dance audition stage, I thought that they had a very, very good performance opening up. They were strong. They were technically sound. What they were able to do in terms of the musicality and in terms of the overall dynamics was really impressive. Again, when I saw that routine, I finished off thinking like, man, is there more? Like, I thought that they were absolutely tear off the stage. Obviously, they did what they thought was enough for the audition rounds. I believe they have some stuff left in the duels, but overall, I was impressed. They had great moments.
They were incredible. Like, I just loved them so much. They had amazing energy, and their connection was there. Like, you saw it. You saw that they were, like, in love with one another, really.
Exactly.
And the chemistry was there, and it really translated in the routine. Now, my only thing is that it was a great dance routine, and I know them as dancers. I've seen them as dancers, so I just expected a lot more wow, meaning that, like, I wanted to, like, get out of my seat to, like, keep watching, and even though that they executed such an amazing routine with the musicality and the precision and the cleanliness, I want to see. I want to see more.
I agree with you. I mean, again, listen, we know them personally. We know how good they are technically, fundamentally, in terms of their, like, what their resume is. So we expected them to just come in and let the whole stage on fire, and they didn't do that. But I think they did enough to show, hey, we're really, really good dancers, like Neyo said, but I'm excited to see what they do in the duels. Again, they're great performers, and we're here for them. So let's jump into the judging section of this, and let's say, do we agree? Do we not agree? And do we send them into the next round? Baby Ella's sleeping. Nope, not yet. No. Yes, she is. Now it's time for her to wake up.
Can't wait for this.
Good morning.
Hi.
It is the morning.
Okay.
All right, let's jump into this. Here we go. Baby Ella.
All right, yours.
3, 2, 1. Boom.
Yes.
That's three S's.
Those 3 S's.
3 S's. Well, again, listen, we met them at when season 3 came to the tour of season 3 came to an end, and we met up in LA, and they're great individuals, good friends of ours, but again, they showed why they're so talented on that World of Dance stage. Now, we're just excited to see what can they do in the next round, and how are they going to rip that stage off, because in the first round, they did good, but I want to see them do absolutely great.
I want to see them duel.
Yeah.
To the death. Well, okay, not to the death, but I want to see them kill it in the duels.
Kill the
performance in the duels.
Kill the dance performance.
Yes, kill the dance performance.
Do good musicality.
There will be no killing.
No killing. On to the next. And the next crew we got is the Young Cast, and they are from Quebec, Canada!
Canada! Get excited. Get excited.
And they are from Quebec, Canada. We're getting excited because we are Canadian. We got to support our fellow Canadians, and that is exactly what we're going to do. But we're not going to be biased on what they did on that stage. We're going to talk about real, raw facts that we feel. Jenalyn, when you saw those fellow Canadians step on the stage, what did you think?
Well, first off, they had amazing follow-ups. Did you see those follow-ups? They had some really cool roll-offs at the end, in the middle, at the beginning, and their formations were so crisp, so clean. I just loved how different they were. Even though they're in the junior division, and we've seen a lot of really cool things in the junior division, like the V-Peeps and just some amazing people in the junior division, I thought that they could actually do really well in the next coming rounds. I saw the quality of dance, I saw the work ethic that they put into that, and I thought that it was choreographically really well done.
Listen, I am upset. I'm a little bit pissed off. I'm not going to lie to you guys because, again, I thought they did whatever they showed on TV. We weren't there for the live performance. I don't know what they did live. What they showed on TV, in my eyes, was great. The team chemistry, the follow-ups, what they were able to deliver, I thought was fantastic. I cannot believe that the results were what they were. I would have put them based off what they did to the next round. The follow-ups they did, the transitions that they had, the team unity. I mean, again, even that wave that the individual did in the center, I mean, I didn't think that was enough to take them out of the duels based off what they did. Again, I didn't see the full performance, but I was upset seeing those judges' results.
Yeah, and I know that this specific act said that they auditioned multiple times for World of Dance and they didn't really get through. But this is the first time that they actually made it this far into the audition process. So I was just really sad to see that the judges didn't really...
I'm still pissed.
Yeah.
I'm pissed off talking about it right now because it doesn't make sense. It's again, it has nothing to do with the fact that they're Canadians. Again, it has nothing to do with it. What I saw on TV was good quality choreography, well executed, that put together the fundamental dance elements that are necessary to make it through the audition round. I disagree wholeheartedly with the judges' audition process and what they said there. Doesn't matter. Let's go and let's say what we think in the judges' round. Baby Ella is waking up, and my yelling didn't wake her up, which is good. Here we go. 5, 2, 3, 8, boom. 3 S's. I mean, again, based off of what I saw on TV in my living room, or I guess in Jenalyn's living room, I saw everything I needed to put them into the next round, into the duels, and see what they're going to come up with. I disagree.
Yeah, like I definitely thought that they could have been stronger and they could have hit their lines a little harder, but I thought that it was enough to get into the duels, honestly.
I don't know. Anyway, we disagree with the judges on this one, not because we're Canadian, but because what we saw on the TV was good enough to make it to the duels. But I guess, unfortunately, we're going on to the next.
Next up, we have the Showstoppers from Miami, Florida, and they are a jazz funk group of women empowerment. And I thought that they were really cool. Like, they had... I have to say something.
What? What?
I didn't like their costumes.
Okay.
It looked like a tracksuit, but it had like frills on the side, and it was just very distracting for me to watch the routine. I thought that it was a really great routine, and it had a lot of energy, and it had really cool sections where they had like the salsa in it, and they had the jazz funk, and then they also had some hip hop in it, some splits, and I just couldn't see their movements as clearly because of the costume. The costume was a little distracting for me, and I was just missing wow moments from this routine. So what did you think?
Well, listen, again, one thing, again, you know, maybe it was the costumes, maybe it was the outfits. Again, I thought that they had a great energy. I thought that their storyline was very compelling going into that performance. And I thought that if they were able to carry that storyline into the performance itself and start realizing that story in the actual choreography, that choreography could be more impactful. Again, the fact that there is no crowd, nothing going on inside that audition room, and you're gonna see it from a TV perspective, is incredibly difficult for these dancers because there's no energy to feed off. There's nothing, and we're not seeing it as a live performance. We're seeing it from the TV screen, and that does not help anybody. Again, all these performances, you think you see how they are. Wait till you see them in the duels and you see them on that big stage. Things may look real right then and there.
I think that their story didn't translate in their dance, and I feel like even though there was like that girl who was like literally giving all of the energy, like yelling to hype up the group, like it was just really hard to hype up the whole group when there's like nobody else around. And like even though they had really great choreography, I don't know, like I feel like they could have just done a lot better choreographically and energetically.
I agree. So let's go to the judging panel and let's see, what do we say in terms of what do we think? Baby Ella, it's time for you to wake up. Na 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 na.
So long.
She is so
Okay, ready?
So long. Long sausage. Here we go. 5, 2, 3, 8. No, yes, callback. Well, I'll go first.
Wow.
Callback, again, I thought that there is something there. There's a storyline there. There's something that can captivate the masses. There's a reason why they're on that stage. If they can actualize their story, their feelings, their interpretation of life into the choreography, sky's the limit. They just weren't able to do it, so let's see if they can do it in the callback. That's my reasoning.
For me, I said a no because technically I think that they could have improved a little more. And from seeing that first routine, I don't know if they have any more technical aspects to them. And because the costumes fell flat for me and the fact that their energy was just a little low, I don't know. It was a no for me.
So,
and it just fell a little flat for me, and it was just amateur. It felt amateur to me.
Damn.
Darn. I'm sorry.
Dang. Any one of those words can work, but the one thing that won't work is wake up because Ella is sleeping, and we gotta go on to the next right now. And last but not least, we have our 3-minute rollover where we take 3 minutes to talk about the individuals who were rolled over in the last episode. First off, we have Antonio and Maria from Italy. Gentlemen, what'd you think?
Well, I thought that they were a really great young Latin ballroom couple. However, we've seen young Latin ballroom before. We've seen ballroom, we've seen it done, and they didn't really change it up. They just stuck to what they did. I didn't really think that it was duel worthy.
Again, I really thought that they were cute. I thought their outfits were perfect, and I was sad. They came all the way from Italy, and then they didn't make it to the duels. I thought that was heartbreaking. And again, you know, I'm not very happy about that. In particular, to what they did on the floor. Again, there was no moment that stuck to my brain that was memorable that said, "Hey, I want to see you in the duels," and that's probably why I didn't make it to the next round.
Next up, we have Avant-Garde Collective, and they were a hip hop crew, I believe, in the uppers division from
the Netherlands. The Netherlands. And they did a very good performance. What I saw, again, they had some great breakdancing moments. They were really well dressed. From what I saw on the TV, I thought they did good enough, but I guess I'm going to lean on the side of the judges because I don't know any of them personally, and maybe they didn't show what they needed to in the full routine. What about you?
I thought that they had some really great wow moments with those b-boy tricks and stuff, but I don't know if it was duel worthy because some of that stuff has been done. However, their outfits were actually pretty spiffy, so
I really enjoyed
props
it.
to them.
Finally, the third individual were the Break Ninjas! And we are huge fans of them. We're huge fans of their choreographers and the people who brought them to that stage, which is the
Super Crew.
They are absolutely great individuals. Again, shout out to the disc. Shout out to B-Boy Steve-O. He is unbelievable. Both of them are great, and they did a great performance. I thought that what they did was awesome. Again, shout out to B-Boy Babaloo.
He spun that like no one's business.
He might as well be still right round like a record, baby. And he might as well be still spinning to this day. I thought they were great. Their moments were awesome. The athleticism they brought to the stage was great. I didn't see the full performance. I wasn't there live, but what I saw on TV was good enough to make it to the duels. I disagree with the judges. How about you?
I thought that they had a really great routine. I thought that it was very entertaining, but I don't know. Like, I just don't know why the judges didn't like them to go to the next round.
I have no idea, but that looks like we're just under 3 minutes, and that's the end of the 3-minute rollover. And that seems like we're almost at the end of the show. End of the show. Wow.
And that concludes this episode 3 of DRS, the dance reaction show with Luka and Jenalyn. We went all the way from Keegan Capps to
the showstoppers.
And it was an amazing episode, and we can't wait for the next one.
But we cannot finish this episode without addressing an issue and a movement that needs to be addressed right now, which is the Black Lives Matter movement and the support that we have and that we urge all of our fans and viewers to continue to push for our Black community.
Please do your part by donating and signing petitions if you can't donate, and just support the Black community. Support our Black community because we're a community. We'll do this together, guys. So please support and do whatever you can.
Every step, every voice, every single action counts. And again, the time is now. The time for change is now, and the time for equal justice is now. Most of all, the time to completely eradicate racism is now. Let's do it together. Let's do it as a unit. Let's do it now.